Hello and welcome back to my channel. We have a fluffy tail about to get into the shot. So this video, it's a fun video. So I'm teaming up with Mr Carrington, who you would have seen on my channel before. We done a chair challenge. So basically we had some broken chairs and we decided to have a chair challenge and see what could we do with these chairs. Like Mr Carrington, I think he had his like in his basement for ages. I actually got two broken chairs off a local lady, actually Rebecca from Boutique Blooms. Her sister gave them to me, and like that, nobody wanted to throw them out, but we wanted to turn them into something new for the house. So that's basically what today's video is about. I know Mr Carrington has a full chair in his video, and I was chatting to him and his chair drove him to wine. So I will make sure to link his video below. You can check it out after mine. My chair is slightly different because I just went with a broken chair top. So if you have any broken chairs, this is a good, like an idea you could use. Instead of like throwing your chair in the skip just because it's broken, chop it up and turn it into something else. I turned mine into kind of like a hook stand, but I completely like stripped it and painted it to my decor. I also recovered it in fabric as well. My chair didn't drive me to drink, but what I will say is chairs are harder than you think. Not harder than you think. You think a chair would be easy enough to paint or strip or recover, but they actually are harder than they seem. I did manage to get my project done in a day, but I think I wasn't as bad as Mr Carrington. So let's get into the video. Also, if you're new to my channel, make sure you have checked to see if you are subscribed, and do hit the sub button if you are new, and I'll catch you after the video. So this is the before of my chair. So as you can see, it's not actually that bad condition. It's just the fabric that I kind of wanted to change. As you can see, the fabric is peeling off quite easy. Also, Blondie was my camera assistant for this scene. So the fabric it kind of came apart quite easy. It was like an old leather. So I'm just using a pliers to pull apart any of the old screws and nails. I'm taking off all the old fabric and I'm taking off the padding that was on the inside, and I'm going to replace this. The whole process of stripping back the fabric and the padding on the inside, that took the longest. That was the hardest part of this DIY. I'm also just using the Hoover to clean away any old kind of bits of dust or dirt. You'll find with old pieces that, you know, you can get a bit dusty, especially if like it's upholstery. There could be bugs living in there. So I'm just taking away any grime and dirt that I find. To prep my piece, I am just using some coarse sandpaper, just sanding by hand for this one. I'm just giving it like a key to get the paint to stick to it. I'm not sanding it back bare. Also, just make sure when you are sanding back old furniture that you do make sure you wear a mask, because you don't know kind of what the lead could have been used in old pieces of furniture. I'm also just giving it a good clean with my trusty crud cutter, so that is just going to strip away any dirt or grime. I also noticed that older pieces of furniture kind of have like a smell to them. You'll notice that when you upcycle a couple of projects that they do kind of have this old kind of smell to them. Just make sure if you are using the crud cutter to make sure that you do not have any residue, so you can wipe it with a damp cloth after. You'll notice if you get any residue because it will dry with kind of like a sheen to it, so you can just use a damp cloth to take that away. I'm also just using some Zinsser bin primer for this project. The bin is a stain blocking primer, a little bit stinky. I used this in my last project. The reason why I'm using this primer is because I don't really know what kind of varnish was used. It's quite a dark wood. Generally, if it's dark wood and I don't know what it is, I'll use some shellac based primer. My bits and bobs and my inspiration for my project. So my fabric is from Hickeys. My buttons and trimming is also from Hickeys. I got the hooks in a hardware store, Lenihan's in Dublin in city centre, and the paint is from Colour Trend, and you'll notice that this paint is the same paint that I used for my cabinet and my blanket box, and I still have loads left of this paint. It's satin finished and it's called Aged Vellum. I love this colour. I gave 2 coats of paint for this and let it fully dry. Okay, now onto the fun / hard part, which was upholstering the fabric. Now, disclaimer, don't really know what I'm doing. I basically copied how it was originally upholstered. So I replaced the wadding. I just have some batting that I got in the fabric shop. I got it in Hickeys. And I'm simply going kind of by memory. I've done this once before. So basically I start on one side, I staple gun the fabric down, I pull it really tight on the other side, and I go left to right, top to bottom until I get it all smooth, and I just pull it really, really tight. I am trimming off my excess fabric, and then with my piece of trimming I'm gonna glue gun that on to hide my staples and try and neaten up the whole project. Don't worry if you know, this doesn't have to be perfect. It's a project for your home. You know what? Just do your best basically. So I find that trimming is great because it's gonna hide my wonky cutting and my wonky staple guns as well. I wanted to pop in some buttons because the original piece had some buttons and I just wanted to make the fabric part a bit more interesting. I settled for 2 buttons. The original one I think had 6 buttons, so I simply just hand stitched these in. I forgot to film me stitching them, but I hand stitched them to the back. Here I'm also just trying to position where I want the hooks, so I just played around with the position of them until I was happy. that was my chair. I actually have a second broken chair that I might reuse. I don't know whether I have that hook chair thing in the hallway and the wall is still a bit bare, so I might do the second one in a contrasting pink shade, and I might have two of them in the hallway because I think both of them will be kind of nice kept together. I cannot wait to go over and watch Mr Carrington's video. I've seen his end result, but I was laughing so much when I saw the struggles he was having with his chair over on Instagram. So I can't wait to pop the kettle on and go over and have a look at his video. I'll make sure to link it below and I'll pop it in the comment section as well, a link to his video. If you did enjoy this DIY video, I have loads of other painted ones if you haven't seen them. So I have an upcycled trunk DIY from last week. I also have a cabinet makeover from last month. Have a couple of like chair makeovers. I have like a playlist down below with videos like just furniture projects. So if you want to have a look at them, and also I have some room tours as well. If you are new to my channel and you want to get a kind of feel for my style of decor, there is some playlists down below if you want to jump in there and have an little watch. Also, a thumbs up if you enjoyed our chair challenge. I think Mr Carrington's is going to be better than mine, but we'll see. Definitely give him a thumbs up because I know he struggled with his. So that is it for this week, guys. I will catch you all in next week's video. Also, happy St Patrick's Day for Sunday coming, because I won't have a video on Sunday, so I just want to wish you all a happy St Patrick's Day as well. Lots of Guinness will be flowing. I actually taught Mr Carrington how to properly drink Guinness when I was in London. They're just there before Christmas, so if anyone needs any Guinness drinking lessons, I'm available. Have a great weekend, everyone. I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.